Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob here with RA Outdoors. I can't believe she finally got here. FedEx dropped off my Mercury outboard. It's a 2020 4-stroke, 4 horsepower engine. Today we're going to do an unboxing, so let's get it started. Alright guys, so when the box comes in and you get your motor, everybody's excited. We can't wait to get into it. But the first thing we want to do is check for any damages during shipping. And they do give you a customer yellow card. And this is the customer delivery inspection card. They call it a CDI card. And the first thing you want to do is get this out of the box. You can put this to the side for later. But basically, if you have any damages, you're going to want to report this, take pictures, send an email to wherever you bought it online or what marina you bought it from, and you're going to report any damages that may have happened during shipping. So I'm going to put this to the side. In the next step then, we can look at the box and I can see the corners look intact. There is some ripping and tearing on the box, but I do believe the motor inside should be okay. So I'm going to put this up on the table and then we'll be able to look down into the box as I open it. Alright guys, so let me get into the box. I do believe we got it so it'll be right side up when we open it. Always cut away from yourself, it's not like me. Okay, the only thing I gotta do is spin it around so you guys can get a good look at it. We got it backwards. So you can see I just opened it up and there's a lot of styrofoam everywhere. So we're gonna go through the motor and make sure everything's intact. They should send us an information packet. There's a toolkit. They give you the 10W30 4-stroke motor oil. This is a synthetic blend. And there should be a lanyard that goes around your wrist so that this way if you have an issue, it's like a kill switch and it disconnects. I don't see it in this packet, but as we go through maybe we'll come across it, or it could be in here, the toolkit. So this is going to be your spark plug wrench. They give you a little pliers, the spark plug wrench. This goes inside, you could turn it. There's a screwdriver. There should be another flathead screwdriver because you want to check the gear oil. Okay. They gave me an extra pull string, which is nice. A lot of times the pull string will break, and I can have a spare one with me so I won't be stranded out at sea. Okay, this motor comes with a built-in fuel tank and it has a shut-off valve where if you just want to run from the motor itself with that fuel tank. I purchased separately. It doesn't come with this motor. It costs about $250, but I do believe it's well worth it. And that's an external gas tank. You can get a 5-gallon tank. This one they happen to send me is 3 gallons. So you have the gas tank, and then you also have to buy the fitting that connects to the gas tank, and the other end goes to the outboard motor. This one has a squeeze ball that you pump this to get the gas to go from the tank to the motor. And like I said, they have a spot in the box, but you have to buy this separately with this size motor. If you get the 2.5 horsepower motor, it doesn't give you an option to hook up a gas tank. And that's why I went to the 4 horse, because that's where it starts with the external tank. 3.5, same thing, no external gas tank. You have to go to the 4 horse. So I can see, it looks like I'm missing the safety lanyard. Oh, no, it's in here. I'll show you. Let me see if I can lift this. The motor weighs 55 pounds. So this is the safety lanyard I was explaining. This is going to go around your wrist while you're out on the water, and if you're ejected from the boat, it pulls the kill switch and it stalls the motor out, so you don't have any issues with the boat running you over or getting the prop. So that's your kill switch. You want to make sure you always have that connected. All right, the next step, I'm going to clean this up, and then we're going to add oil to the outboard, and we're going to check the lower gear unit oil. It does not come shipped with oil. We have to add it. That's why they gave it to us separately. They don't want it spilling in the box. So we're going to add the oil. That'll be next. All right, guys, so when you're mounting the motor onto, we're pretending this is the back of the boat, you're going to tighten down on these. And you don't want to just tighten one side and then the other. You want to do a turn, okay, a little at a time. And then when they get together, there's a hole in the center here where you can actually put a padlock through it, and this will lock and secure it so it won't come flying off the boat. And if you want to leave the boat overnight, or like in your backyard, somebody can't steal it off the back of your boat. So that's always a good thing to do. And I would recommend too, since you have the hole through here, you can put a small cable from here to the boat, so that this way, if it does somehow manage to slip off the back, it won't go under the water because it's on a short leash. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure that the motor is straight up and down in a vertical position. And the next thing we want to do is check the lower gear oil. So the lower gear oil, you fill from the bottom, and then it under pressure, it comes out the top. So we want to unscrew this screw, and it should be just right to that level. And if it's not, you can use a bread tie or a zip tie, and just you want to stick it in there and make sure that you have the fluid up to this level. Now I'm going to get a screwdriver. Alright guys, so it does say right here on the box that the engine does not come with oil, and that you're going to use the oil provided, and they're asking for 12 fluid ounces. And the bottle actually has 15 fluid ounces, so you're not just going to dump the whole thing in. You have to look and see and make sure you're only adding 12 fluid ounces. Alright, so the prop comes on assembled, pre-assembled, and you want to make sure that there's a cotter pin that goes through there, that the pin is in place and the prop is secure, it's not wobbling, it's not loose, and it's secured on there. Then the next step is going to be, we're going to check the gear oil, and they did give me the screwdriver. It comes as a Phillips head or a flat head. You just have to pull it out. And I'm going to unscrew this top screw. Alright, so you want to undo this screw here to check the level, to make sure that the gear oil is full up to that level. But the screwdriver that they gave in the kit is just a little small, and I don't want to strip the screw, so I'm going to have to get a bigger screwdriver and tend to that later. The next thing we want to do is add our oil, remove the cowl, and there's a drain plug. It's a yellow, this yellow plug right here, and it has an integrated dipstick built inside, so you'll know how much oil is on there, just like you do with your car. You'll be able to see low, high, full, and we got to add 12 fluid ounces. So they gave us 15 fluid ounces, which is the entire amount, and we want to do 12. So we want to fill it until we get to there. Alright, So you don't want to overfill it. You want to make sure that you leave just about 4 ounces in there, because it's just about 16 and you need 12 fluid ounces. We'll screw this back in all the way. And we'll check it. Always want to make sure you check your oil. If there's no oil in the engine, you'll seize the engine. So this isn't even up to the dipstick. So I'm going to actually read the owner's manual to make sure that it's not the full amount of oil, 16 ounces, and not just 12 that they told me on the box. Alright guys, so I opened up the cowl, and right here on the front it's going to tell you for what size outboard. This happens to be a 4 horsepower motor, but it says for 4, 5, and 6 to add 15 ounces of oil, which is what they sent us here. It's like 15.2 ounces. So I added the oil in there. I screwed the dipstick down and I pulled it back out. The motor is vertical and it's right there just above the middle. So there's plenty of oil in there. The next thing you want to do while you have it open is check the linkage. So you want to make sure that when you turn the throttle that all the cables are moving. I can see that they've been greased up at the factory and that there's grease on the cable. So they do move in and out and they are functioning correctly. Now, if you're going to run the motor as is, like I said, it has an internal gas tank. You can just add the fuel directly to here. It holds about 1 liter of gasoline and there's a vent on the top. You just have to open the vent and then you're ready to start the engine and away you go. I'm going to be running an external gas tank, so I will have a gas line that connects to the engine, and when I do the break-in period, which is going to be tomorrow, I will shoot that in the video and I will show you the first start. I'm going to be pulling on it and see how many pulls it takes to start, and then we will go out. It's a 10-hour break-in period. The first hour you're supposed to run no more than half throttle. The second hour you can go to 3/4 throttle, and then hours 3 through 10 you want to do varying speeds but not go full throttle for more than 5 minutes. So I hope this was good, you guys. I hope that you liked the video, and if you did, give me a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the water.